What is up, guys? Thank you so much. As Avery mentioned, I came a long way. I was the DJ at the very first event. Avery was pretty frugal back then because he did not even have the paid YouTube. And he was basically like, you got to play the song first, get rid of the commercial before the speaker comes up. So that's where I started. Now I'm a speaker here at one of the biggest conferences. Let's give it up for these guys. These guys absolutely crushed this weekend, for sure. All right, so this speech is a little different. I lost 35 pounds in the last 4 months. My business has never been better. And I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I did it. And basically, fitness is huge. Health is wealth. People have been saying that today. I know some other people here are really into fitness, and it's got into fitness. And every lesson I learned, losing the weight, taught me so much about my Amazon business. So I'm gonna start where I got started. So that's my amazing girlfriend, Kate, our dog. I've sold on Amazon for 4 years, done millions of dollars, have ADHD. And my main goal is to help people like you live life on your terms. But this is where I started. So about 10 years ago, all of my 20s, 30s, severely depressed, got over it. And this was kind of the plan to kill myself. I have a lot of pages like this. Happy I didn't because I'm here today. But this is where I started, just to show you guys that I was in a really bad spot. I was able to figure it out just through hard work, community, coming to things like this. So if you're in a tough spot, ask for help, network, and do all that kind of stuff. All right. This letter right here changed my life. This is where I got started. You'll see right there, this was the first job. So I was super depressed, moved in with my best friend in Pennsylvania, packed up all my shit, quit my job, had about 10 grand in the bank, went to live with him, didn't have a job, had no idea what I was gonna do, decided to get in the best shape of my life. I did that. But this letter here was the first letter. I got a job and they said, hey, we'll pay you $42,000. And if you do a good job in 45 days or 60 days or whatever that says, we'll go to 45,000. So I said, okay, great. End of the year comes, you're crushing it, we love you, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, great, I just got an apartment, like I'm gonna get a raise here. They said, hey, we already gave you a raise. We gave you a 5% raise 90 days in, and we're gonna give you 1%, $450 up for the year. I sat there for a second, and I was just like, I'm not even gonna argue with them. I was like, I'll never be in this situation again. I need to find a way to make money, control my own destiny, and I'm not dealing with this. Flipping furniture. This is where it started for me. Started with $10. This is my 1-bedroom apartment. My mom said I was a furniture mogul. 1 bedroom full of furniture. Not sure where she came up with that, but it is what it is. Did turn $10 into about 25 grand in a year, just flipping furniture on Facebook Marketplace. And this was kind of the downfall of the fitness. Has anyone ever said they would do anything to get something they wanted? Hands? That was me. And I gave up my health, right? I'm working a 9 to 5. I have to hustle to make this work. And that's when I got in the worst shape of my life. Quickly moved to books. Shout out to Reezy Resells, wherever he is. Watch one of his videos. Got into bulk. Those are the first 6 books I found that went on the top, paid $2 for it. On the back of that book, I'll always remember that book, said it sold for $29. It was selling on Amazon for $50. I said, this is a scam. I can't believe this Reezy Resells guys. Turns out 2 weeks later, that book sells for $50. I get hooked, start thrifting, eventually build up to a warehouse. 2 weeks into getting the warehouse, restock limits hit. And that I had to do all merchant fulfilled. I didn't really want to do that. I was good friends with Miles, Warner, everyone. They were doing OA. Started doing OA, figured that out. And now I'm all OA to prep. So I was able to quit my job after doing all that. That was the letter they sent out. I was so happy. This was right before I went to the Turn the Page event in Atlanta. And just to show what a piece of shit company it was, when I got back from that conference. I told them I'd finish out to the end of the month. They're like, we don't need you anymore. Today's your last day. So I knew I made the right decision then and there. I was more motivated than ever. This is how I was feeling about my business. After I quit my job, I thought I was on top of the world. Everything was going great. Avery asked me to speak at the seller conference. I was on his ass to get the video because I wanted to get it up to YouTube. And then I saw this. And I was like, holy shit, you are fat. And if you don't think so, that's the photos without the shirt. This is at $295. No energy. I thought everything was great. Then I met Garrett. So I met Garrett at the gym. He had a hoodie on. He posted this last week, lost 35 pounds, full lean muscle. I'm more confident. The business has never been better. And he has taught me so much about fitness, which has translated into my business. So here's the proof, the 35 pounds. MyFitnessPal could be whack sometimes. I don't know why the progress doesn't match the other thing, but this was this month, up 74% from last month, up 163%. Health is wealth. I know it is a hard sell to go to the gym for the hour or get 10,000 steps in, but I'm telling you, I've never been more clear. I don't take antidepressants anymore. Everything has changed for me from doing this. So here's the new pictures. Here's the comparison pictures. Thank you. And this is very similar to starting an Amazon business, right? This took 4 months, which to me is like, ooh, that sounds like a lot, but it's not. You just got to put in the work. So this is actually on Garrett's shirts all the time. If you want to follow him, he's Hoover Fit on Instagram. And I love this. It's one day or day one. He had this on the back of his hoodie, and that's really why I decided to work with him. And if you take anything away from this conference, be a day one person, not one day. I see a lot of you guys taking notes, see everyone in the weekend. Nothing will change if you don't do anything with those notes. So I apply this to my life all the time. It's day one all the time. You just got to do it today. Don't put it off. And you'll see there, when we booked the call, it was 12 p.m. on a Sunday. That was the first call. So I knew if I waited till Monday, it's going to be another week. Who knows? Another month? I don't know. But you gotta take action. Get a mentor. This is the most important thing. I know some people think mentorships or courses or anything are scams. I don't know about you, but paying Garrett was the best decision of my life. I lost 35 pounds. I'm going to lose another 30. And it's because of him. He's constantly on me. He's texting me. Before I got on the plane, he's like, hey, here are your workouts. We're near Miami. I was planning to take off, but so to have someone constantly, or Brendan and David, I think it was Friday, I don't even know what day it is, but I remember waking up on Instagram, like, hey, where are you? We're down at the gym. So talk about this kind of stuff and be around people. Like, this is a great room. And mentorship is the quickest way to success. Everyone in this room, just talking to people, asking questions, and find someone that's ahead of you. Does anyone know what this number represents by any chance? So this is the number. If you have 21 meals in a week, if you only cheat on 4 of them, that's 80%. So you only ate 80% of the time correctly. So 20% of the time you're not doing what you're doing. I was struggling to lose some weight, and I was like, he's like, well, if I look at your food, looks like you're cheating on the weekends a lot. I said, yeah. He's like, you need this number to be 10% or less if you really want to lose weight. So I apply this to my business as well. So you wanted to source, let's say 21 days was your goal, and let's just say you missed 4 of them. You only did what you were supposed to do 80% of the time, just a little bit above average. So if you think like you're kind of slipping a little, it really adds up over time. And consistency is the most important part. And you hear this a lot. Everyone says, oh, you got to be consistent. You got to be consistent. But no one really tells you how. So one of the best ways to do it is to make it easy. A good example for me, I have gym clothes for about 4 weeks. I don't have to wash them every week. I do wash them every week, but I have that. I have 2 pairs of headphones. I have, in my house, there's an iPhone charger in every room. I have 3 computer chargers. For your business, this could be get an extra monitor, get a faster computer, get software. Just make it as easy as possible. A lot of people don't like to source, or they like to quit because it's a pain in the ass sometimes if you can't find something. But if you can make it as easy as possible, maybe there are some sites or friends you could share leads with. The goal is to just make it as easy as possible. For me, I work out at the same time every day. There's no question. I'm usually there between 5 and 6 in the morning. I just know that is the time to work out, and it just makes my day so much easier. So if you could put a plan, hey, this is the time I source. That's it. There is no, if it's raining, it's this, it's that. No, you just have to go. Tracking. Can't manage what you don't measure. Peter Drucker said that. And you gotta track stuff. I track my food every day. I track food, my weight, my workouts, reps, how many steps I get, my measurements weekly. How do I know what you're doing? How do I know if I'm doing the right things? Things I track in my business daily: sales, profitability, spend, pricing of items, how much time I'm spending doing tasks, returns, replens. That I track a lot more stuff for the business, but this is the main stuff I'm looking at every day. And this is the most important part because I am never surprised. It is if my sales are down, I'm gonna look how much did I spend? Because I probably didn't spend that much money. If I'm not losing weight, I'm gonna look at my FitnessPal. What did I eat? How many times did I go over my calories? How many workouts did I get in? Did I get them all in? Did I get 10K steps every day? And it just gives you a point to compare to, because if you're not tracking this stuff, it's just gonna fall apart. What you track, you watch, and that's how you really make changes. Focus on the process. A lot of people, this is huge for me. I used to complain to my trainer. I'm like, I only lost 1 to 2 pounds this week. He says, fuck the scale. It doesn't matter. You have to just follow the process. If you're gonna go to the gym every single day and eat healthy, you're gonna lose weight. It's impossible not to. I think a lot of people do that with sourcing. Oh, there's nothing out there. Oh, Kohl's cash isn't on. Oh, Target's cancel my orders. Oh, Walmart banned me, whatever. There's places out there. Just keep focusing on sourcing or whatever you're trying to do. If you're doing wholesale, try to get suppliers. Whatever you're doing, focus on the process, because if you don't quit, you're eventually gonna do it and figure it out. Feeling shitty is okay. My trainer implemented this in my head. I remember I was on the treadmill with him and we were just kind of walking or whatever. I was like, I feel like shit. Like, do you ever feel that way? He's like, every day. I'm sore, I'm tired. I'm fasting right now, so I'm really hungry. And he's like, but that's what it takes to get results sometimes. And he's like, it's not forever, but it's okay. I feel sometimes it's like, oh, I don't really feel like going to the gym, stuff like that. And then you don't do it. That just kills your progress because you're lying to yourself. You know you're supposed to be there and it will fuck with your head really bad. So just know that feeling shitty is okay. Alex Hormozi had this thing that even if you have, I forgot what it is, if you have 10% of your days that are bad, so 90% of them are good, that's 33 days, a couple days a month that you're gonna feel bad, and it's okay. And he talked about that, about getting through that. This is the big, I love this quote. It's not about eliminating bad days, it's about knowing how to get through them without losing progress of the good ones. Eat a lot of shit today or yesterday, it's okay. I'm gonna get back on my diet. I already have meal prep done for the week when I get home. I'm not worried about it. I'm having a good time. And this is one of the biggest things too, going back to consistency, you have to do something that you could stick with. You're not gonna be able, if you could only source 2 hours, that's great. Just source 2 hours every day, but don't miss. If you don't have to source 10 hours a day. Take a picture of this because this is what running an Amazon business is like. I have this actually in my room. This is a canvas. And a lot of people, if you look at Instagram, it really looks like the top, right? Because that's what success looks like. Everyone's having a good time. Everyone's crushing it, orange bars, all this other stuff. But this is what it really looks like. You get started, maybe you do your first 10K, then you kind of like fall in that hole. Something happens to your account, you kind of get up, figure, then you fall in another hole. And this is what it's really like to run an Amazon business or just really anything, or the fitness journey. It's usually 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and eventually you get there. And I just look at this every day and think about that. Do whatever it takes and never quit. Remember, health is wealth. If you could implement the 6 principles below, you will be the strongest. You and your business will be the strongest it's ever be. Take action, get a mentor, consistency, tracking, feeling shitty should be expected, focus on the process. And if you want to follow me on socials, there they are. I also have a podcast with my friend Drew, talk about business, Amazon, stuff like that. DM me, come up to me, happy to answer questions about anything. I'm an open book, and thanks a lot.